So we have same method, there is a no change in method, just we have to change when we get the root other than the case 1. Okay, so let us consider second order homogeneous linear differential equation. This is equation number 1. So if x is equal to 0 is regular singular point of equation 1, and as I told, how we can decide this is our regular singular point. So coefficient of y double dash, this, in this we will put x is equal to 0, and if this becomes 0, then we can say that x is equal to 0 is a regular singular point. This is my shortcut. Do not apply this for that singularity point. Okay, so if we have x is equal to 0 is regular singular point, then the trial solution is given by y is equal to x raised to m sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity a n x raised to n. Now we multiply this with this x, so we have x raised to m plus n and summation as it is. So this is our equation number 2. Now we will differentiate this y with respect to x 2 times, because we need y dash and y double dash. So y dash is equal to sigma as it is, a n constant as it is. Now differentiation of this is m plus n x raised to m plus n minus 1. Similar way y double dash, that means sigma as it is, a n as it is, this m plus n as it is, and differentiation of this term is m plus n minus 1 into x raised to m plus n minus 2. Now we'll substitute all this value in equation number 1. Substitute this. So as I told, we have 7 steps. That means step number 1 trial solution, second step substitute, third step simplify, fourth step make power of x equal, fifth step make limit of sigma equal, sixth step collect the like power of x. Okay, these are the 6 common steps. Now in 7th step, in ordinary point, near ordinary point, we just equating to 0 the various power of x, coefficient of various power of x. But in Frobenius method, we just first equating to 0 the coefficient of smallest power of x, that means lowest power of x. Then from that we can find the initial equation. Okay, smallest power of x, we can find the initial equation, which is quadratic equation in m, is known as initial equation, and from the root of this initial equation we can decide the case. Okay, so in case 1 we have already seen in previous lecture. Now in case 2, what will happen? In case 2, if m1 and m2 are equal, that means both root are identical, same to same, m1 is equal to m2, then how we can find the general solution? So to find general solution, we have y. Okay, after recurrence relation and finding a1, a2, a3 in term of a0, we have y. Now in this y we will put first m1. So we have first solution y1 is equal to, by putting m1. Okay, so we have y1, and to find second solution we will differentiate this y with respect to m partially, and then we will put m1, which is our second solution. Okay, so y1 is same as in previous case, but to find y2 we have to differentiate this y partially with respect to m, and then we will put m1 or m2 because both are equal. So this is our general solution. This is our y1 and this is our y2. So y1 is directly same as in previous case, and y2 will find by differentiate y with respect to m partially, and we will put m1. So let's have a look on the example so you can understand better this case number 2. But we have each and every step is same. Okay, so solve this differential equation, second order linear homogeneous by Frobenius method. So first, as I told, if we put x is equal to 0 in this coefficient, we have this coefficient becomes 0. So x is equal to 0 is our regular singular point. Okay, this is our regular singular point. So the trial solution is given by this. As I told, this is the entire trial solution, never change for this regular singular point, and this is our first step. Okay, first step. Now second step is substitute all these value in equation number 1. So we have to just substitute the value. So this term as it is, we will put y double dash, sorry, plus this term as it is, y dash, this term as it is, and y. Okay, so if we expand this bracket, so we have x square minus x. So we have first equation x square minus x as it is. This is our y double dash plus 3x minus 1 as it is. This is our y dash and plus y is equal to 0. So this is our 3 term. Okay, term number 1. Now as I told, this is substitution. This is second step. Our second step. Third step is simplify. In simplify, we are just expanding this bracket. That means we are multiplying this x square with this entire sigma, this value y double dash. We will multiply x with this value. Similarly, 3x multiply with this sigma and 1 multiply with this sigma and this term as it is, because we don't have any constant or x. So if we multiply x square with this sigma, so power this x square is multiplied with this x, so x raised to m plus n. Okay, and entire sigma as it is. And x multiply with this, so we have x raised to m plus n minus 1, because minus 2 plus 1. So this will give us two terms. This first term by multiplying x square with this sigma and minus x multiplied with this sigma. Now we will multiply this 3x with entire sigma. So 3 comes with this constant and x goes with this x raised to m plus n minus 1 plus 1. That means x raised to m plus n. So this is our term. And second, if we multiply minus 1, so minus of this, that means as it is, and this last term as it is. So from first term, this, I am just explaining again. From this first term, we have these two terms, first and second. By multiplying x square, first term, by multiplying x, we have second term. And from this term, by multiplying 3x, this, we have this, and by multiplying 1 with this, we have this. So this is our simplification, that means the third step. Okay, we have common steps here in this entire chapter for the series solution, but some terms are big. Okay, so that you have to practice for that. The third step is simplify. Now fourth step is make power of x equal. So here in first term we have x raised to m plus n. Here this is also m plus n, this is also m plus n. And we have only two. This and this has power x raised to m plus n minus 1. So we can change this by putting n is equal to n plus 1. So if we put n is equal to n plus 1 here, okay, so 1 cancel out, so we have m plus n. But in which term? To second and fourth. So we will write down, replace m by m plus 1 in second and fourth term. Okay, replace this in second and fourth term. It is compulsory to mention in which term you are replacing. Okay, so that you can understand also, and that examiner also can understand what you did. Okay, so we will replace n by n plus 1 in the second and fourth term. So this n is equal to 0, that n plus 1 is equal to 0, that means n become minus 1. And here n plus 1 added, n plus 1 minus 1 cancel out, and this become n plus n. Simplifying, okay, by simplifying. So that you have to use not a pen with you, continuing watching this video at that time, so you can understand better. Okay, so we have first term as it is, second term as I told, n become minus 1, n is equal to n plus 1, and this becomes simple. Third term as it is. In fourth term, as I told, simple again we will. So we put n is equal to n plus 1 in second and fourth term. So this will be the change on, and first term, third term, and fifth term as it is. That means last term as it is. Now you can see we made that power of x equal. Now we will make power of sigma equal. So now observe, first term has n is equal to 0, second has n is equal to minus 1, n is equal to 0, n is equal to minus 1, n is equal to 0. So in this step, that means make power of sigma equal, we have to just make maximum starting point. That means here we have starting point 0, this is 0, and this is 0 is the greater value of n. Here this is minus 1. So minus 1 can goes to 0, but 0 cannot goes to minus 1. Okay, so we have to go then to the larger number. So we'll put the first term as it is, second, third term as it is, fifth term as it is. But in second and fourth term, we will put n is equal to minus 1 in this. Then we will start sigma n is equal to 0 with this entire step. So this step gives us two steps. So we can similar way we will put n is equal to minus 1 in this term, and then we will start sigma n is equal to 0 from this with this entire term. So this term also gives us two terms. So total we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 term. Okay, so This is our make power of x equal as it is. Now first term as it is, second term gives us this. If you put n is equal to -1, so a 0, m is m minus 1 and x is to m minus 1. This is our term. And minus sigma n is equal to 0 to this entire term is as it is. You can see. Now we have third term as it is because sigma n is equal to 0 is there. So third term as it is. Now fourth term we will put n is equal to -1 in this. Okay, so a0, this one, this m because -1 plus 1 0 and x is to m minus 1. And this term, entire term will start with the n is equal to 0, this one. And this last term as it is. Okay, so this is our make limit of sigma equal. That means fifth term. Fifth step. Okay, now what we will do? So now after make power of x equal and limit sigma of equal, we'll just collect the like power of x. So here you can observe that we have only two terms with x raised to m minus 1. Other than that, we have all the term with x raised to m plus n, x raised to m plus n, x raised to m plus n, x raised to m plus n. Okay, so we will take these two terms together and take all these remaining terms together with sigma common and x raised to m minus 1 common on the right hand side. So we have this first, okay, with x raised to m minus 1, coefficient of x raised to m minus 1, and we have sigma and x raised to m plus n common, and these are the remaining term from the sigma. Okay, this is our collect, sixth step. After that we have seventh step is equating to 0 the coefficient of smallest power of x. Okay, as I told, this is Frobenius method. In Frobenius method we will just equate it to 0 first coefficient of smallest power of x. Okay, so we have only this is the smallest power of x, this is the only smallest power of x, so we will equate this equal to 0, and so we can take minus a0 common. Okay, minus common, so minus is equal to 0, that means it is plus. Now we will take a0 common, so we have m square plus m minus m plus m cancel out, so we have m square is equal to 0 because a0 cannot be 0, otherwise entire solution becomes 0. That's why. So this is our initial equation, and we will solve this, and we have two roots m1 and m2 both are 0 because m square is equal to 0, that means m is equal to 0 0 two times because it is quadratic equation and we must have two solution, two roots. Okay, so these two roots are equal, so we can say that this is the example of case 2. From here we can decide which case is applicable here. Now after deciding the case, now we will equating to 0 the coefficient of various power of x, and in various power we have only this term is there. Okay, so we will use this. So we have this equal to equating the coefficient of various power of x, so we have this term is equal to 0, and now from this we have an plus 1, and an plus 1 and an, so we will make an subject. Okay, an common, and here we can take common an plus 1, but in 2 an plus 1 is larger than an, so we will make subject an plus 1. So we have these two term. Okay, so an common, so this first term, this is second term with 3, and this is 1, and in second we have an plus 1, we'll take on the right hand side, so both minus become plus, we take an plus 1 common. Now we'll simplify and we'll do this. So we have an plus 1 is equal to this entire term, okay, divided by this term. How this simplified? So in from this to first two term, see, observe that I am just explaining. From these two term we'll take common m plus n, so we have m plus n, in second bracket we have m plus n minus 1 plus 3, so it will become plus 2, this one, and we have plus 1 as it is. And similar way from this we will take common m plus n plus 1, so we have another m plus 1, m plus n plus 1, so we have two term. So in denominator we have whole square. Okay, and now we can multiply this with m plus n, this become whole square, and if we multiply with 2 into this, and this gives us m plus n plus 1 whole square. How this happened? Because consider this is our x, suppose x, so x square plus 2x plus 1, so x plus 1 whole square, and we consider m plus n as x, so m plus n plus 1. Okay, so this become whole square, cancel out, so we have an plus 1 is equal to an. Okay, this is differ in each and every example, no need to equal, okay, for this case 2. we will start n is equal to 0, because as I told in collection step, we have a sigma starting from n is equal to 0, so we will start with n is equal to 0. Now we will put different value. So this is recurrence relation. We will put n is equal to 0, so we have a1 is equal to a0, n is equal to 1, so a2 is equal to a1, but a1 is a0, and so on. Okay, so we will put all these value in our equation number 2, that means in trial solution, this one. So we will put this. So we have entire by after taking this is our y. Now we will use this y to find two different solutions. First solution and second solution, that means y1 and y2. So first solution is just by putting m1 is equal to 0 as case number 1, same as case number 1. So y is equal to a0 x is to m is our that last answer, and we'll put m1 is equal to 0 is here. So x is to 0 become 1, so we have a0 is equal to this. Now we know that this is the one standard binomial series. We can say this is the 1 plus x or x plus 1 raised to minus 1. Okay, because of this is minus, because every term is plus, so 1 minus x raised to minus 1. Okay, so this is our y1 final solution. Now as I told, we have to find second solution, and for that we will just differentiate this y. Okay, equation number 4 that we already obtained with respect to m partially. Okay, so x become constant. So we can write y as a0 x raised to m 1 minus x raised to minus 1. Yes, we can write. So we'll differentiate this term. So a0 constant, this also constant, and this we have constant raised to m. M is our variable. Okay, so del y by del m is this constant, and in differentiation of x raised to m is x raised to m log x. We will apply formula this a raised to x, because we have m is our variable. M is our variable. Okay, like we have differentiation of a raised to x when x is variable, so we will use a raised to x log a. Similar way, here x is constant, so x raised to m log x. Now we will put m1 is equal to 0 in this, so we have y2 is equal to this as it is, this term as it is, and x raised to m become x raised to 0 1 and log x. This is our second solution. Okay, and now after getting first solution and second solution, we will just write down the general solution. Y is equal to c1 y1 plus c2 y2. We will put y is value of y1, value of y2, and as in previous case, c1 a0 will take capital A, c2 a0 will take capital B. So we have this is the final general solution, and where a and b are arbitrary constant, and also write down that what is the value of a, c1 a0, and what is the value of b, c2 a0. Okay, so this is our case number 2. And similar way, we have this is DIY that you have to solve by yourself. Try to solve this example so you can understand case number 3 better. So in sequence you have to try each and every example. If you try for singularities of differential equations, so you can understand how to find the ordinary point and singular point and regular singular point. So you can solve the series solution near ordinary point. If you practice for ordinary point, so you can understand for the Frobenius method. In Frobenius method, if you practice case number 1, so case number 2 becomes more easy for you. And if you practice case number 2, and case 3 is very easy for you. Okay, so thank you for today's lecture. We'll see